How this credit card saved me $275 on my mods. Stay tuned. Hey guys, how you doing? Tony D here, Taco Golf, and today's subject is how did I save $275 on my mods? Well, with this American Express card. And I got this American Express card mailed to me. Actually, I got a flyer mailed to me for 18 months interest-free and $275 cash back if I spend $1,000 within the first 90 days of having the card. And it happened to come at a very convenient time. It happened to come right after I got my Toyota Tacoma and I was about ready to put all my mods on it. So I said to myself, well, hey, instead of paying cash for everything and it's interest-free for 18 months, I figured I was probably going to spend more or less around between $2,500 and $3,000 on all my mods. Why not just go ahead and put the whole thing on the credit card, and I got 18 months interest-free to pay for it. Plus, I get $275 back credit against my card, against all my purchases. So I said, what a great idea. So I decided to go ahead and apply for the card. And my very first mod on my truck was going to be my wheels and tires, which I knew were going to cost me anywhere between $1,600 and $2,000. So what I went ahead and did is I applied for the card, and I paid, I believe I paid like $1,700 and something odd dollars for, I think it was $1,729 for my wheels and tires. And I put it all on this card. And come to find out, my first statement came back with a $275 credit. So in reality, instead of spending $1,729 on wheels and tires, I ended up paying about $1,490, which was a great deal. So the purpose of this video is basically to tell you guys that there are a lot of credit card options out there. It's not just American Express, but there are several websites that you can probably go to, some credit card websites you can look into. Just basically Google interest-free credit cards with cashback bonuses, and I'm sure you'll get a variety of responses that you can definitely tap into. Now, there is one caveat to the whole thing, is you have to have good credit, okay? So if you don't have good credit, you're more than likely not going to qualify for these cards. And what I mean by good credit is you have to probably have a credit score of 700 or above in order to qualify for these credit cards. But it's a great option if you want to try to save money. I'm trying to be as frugal as I possibly can. And I was frugal because I was able to do all of my mods on my truck for about $2,500. And I put a lot of mods on my truck, probably about 10 or 11 different mods. And to do it for under $3,000 or under $2,500, I should say, is actually pretty darn good. There's other bonuses to these cards too. Like, for example, if you fill up your gas tank and you use the card, you usually get 2% back. If you do groceries, you get 3% back. If you do any traveling, you probably get 2 or 3% off of your traveling. So there is a lot of perks to it. But again, with credit card comes responsibility. So for me, just make sure that you pay off the credit card prior to the 18 months expiring, and don't jam it up so high where if you got a $10,000 limit, don't rack it up to $10,000, because it's going to be very, very difficult to pay off $10,000 in 18 months. But do it for small to moderate purchases. Maybe keep it under $2,000 or keep it under $2,500. Utilize it. There is a minimum payment due every month of typically a certain percentage of what your balance is. Mine is $40, but I always typically put more. I typically put $100 or $150. And then when it gets closer to the maturity date, then I'm just going to pay the whole sucker off and go back to a zero balance. But once the 18 months expire, this actually has a good APR, has an APR of about 8%, which is pretty good on a credit card. And again, you still get the benefit of all of those percentage points off of those perks for different purchases that you do, like, groceries and gas and, so on and so forth. So, again, I highly recommend you looking into these cards. Again, don't get too overzealous with it. There is a certain amount of discipline that goes along with credit cards. Again, you certainly don't want to rack it up, to $10,000 or $15,000, because then you're just going to end up getting into what 90% of people are in anyway, which is credit card debt. So you don't want credit card debt. But take advantage of the interest-free 18 months. Also take advantage of the fact that you get a cashback reward for anything over, let's say, $1,000 within the first 90 days of purchase. So anyway, that's my 5-minute tidbit on how I saved $275 on all my mods by applying a credit card that had the bonuses and perks that this particular card had. So again, leave your questions and comments down below. Please, again, my channel is Taco Golf, and I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of great content. All of my mods are on here. I got a list of how much all my mods cost. You can look into that. That was in my previous video. I also have some golf videos, some instructional tips for you golfers out there that might need some help with your game, trying to lower your handicap. So, hey, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Again, leave questions or comments below, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. So, again, this is Tony D with Taco Golf. Have yourself a great day.